Good day, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm always excited when it's Friday. I don't know why, I just like Fridays. Yesterday, I spoke a little bit about spiritual clearings and what it is that I see when I do those. But today, I want to spend a little bit more time on the NLP and hypnosis side of the business, of my business. And this is a very exciting part of what I do. I absolutely love this work because it's never the same. No two people have the same story or the same outcome, even though the underlying things that come up is the same for everybody. We can definitely draw a line, and I can say these things are almost certainly going to come out in every single session. It's just the way that it happens is different in each one, and I always learn something new. The learning capabilities when you are dealing with people on this level of their unconscious minds is just so spiritually connected as well, that there's always messages that come through even when we do this type of work. So let me start at the beginning. I'm Elaine McGinn. I'm a master Neuro-Linguistic Programming and Hypnosis practitioner and a master life coach, and I also do spiritual energy clearing. So like I said, today we're going to focus on the NLP and hypnosis side, and I actually want to spend a little bit more time on the Neuro-Linguistic Programming side of the hypnosis as well, and why that is so important and why it's so incredibly powerful when you combine Neuro-Linguistic Programming with hypnosis. So 90 to 93% of what you do on a daily basis is done through your unconscious mind. Your behaviors, your organizational skills, your memories, your underlying mental and emotional cycles that, or limiting beliefs, all of these are in the unconscious mind. Only 7% roughly is actually being done by your conscious mind. This one, the one that thinks it knows everything, the one that believes that it rules your life. It's basically, your conscious mind is actually only, in my opinion, a sensory computer. It gets in sensory input from your senses, so from your sight, your sounds, smells, very, very powerful, taste and touch. And for some people, a little bit more into the energy field as well, but that's a different story altogether. Okay, so now that we know that, and we know that your unconscious mind that's basically running the show does mainly work in imagery, so it won't necessarily understand when you say, I don't want to smoke anymore, or I don't want to get angry when somebody says this. Whatever the case may be, if you're saying, I don't want to, the only thing that your unconscious mind hears is that verb part of it. So I don't want to drink. It's going to hear drink. Or no problem. It's going to hear problem. Do you see how it works? We live so unconsciously during our daily lives. We don't hear what we say, and we don't think before we say a lot of things. Your unconscious mind takes instruction from the conscious. That also means that when you continuously say things like, I'm sick, or I'm tired, or I'm broke, all of these things, you're actually training your unconscious mind to make sure that whatever it does, it will make that so. Its prime directive is to keep you safe, your body safe, but it will also follow your instruction. That's its prime directive. It wants to do everything that you ask it to do. So if you continuously go, I'm broke, I'm unhappy, I'm this, I'm that, you are consistently giving it the message that it is all of those things. And guess what you're going to have more of then? Because it will find ways to make that happen for you. On an energetic level, God or source or universe, whatever you want to call it, is so expansive, and it is unconditionally supportive of whatever your beliefs would be. So if you believe that you are cursed, or you believe that you can never find good relationships, or I can never find this, or I can't do this, or you can hear how the negative and you can feel the negativity in those statements, you are actually asking the universe or God or source, and you're saying to it, I am happy being in this energetic state. And it will give you more of that energetic state. It is going to reward you with what you magnetize to it. So you become a magnet for your thoughts and your feelings and your actions, of course. So this is where it's really important to start thinking, what is it that I'm thinking? So you can, if you're able to stop a thought when you feel, oh wow, this thought keeps coming back up consistently. If you can stop your thoughts for a second on a daily basis, even if you do it for 5 minutes at a time, even 2 minutes at a time, and you go, okay, I'm going to stop each thought that comes through my head over the next 2 minutes. And you will recognize how many of those are telling you a story. It's telling you a story about your life or your job or your relationships or your financial situation. And it's your decision, it's your choice to keep that in the same format. So if it's negative, to keep it that way, or you can transmute it. Oh, wow, okay, I had this thought in my head now. Wow, I've had this thought consistently now for the last 2 minutes. How do I transmute that? And it's very simple, right? Okay, I hear you. Stop. And you can say stop out loud if that helps you. But if you're obviously in conversation with other people or you around other people, tell it to stop and then change it. How do we change it? Choose something different. You can choose the opposite. Instead of, oh, I'm broke, how about, I'm so grateful that I was able to pay for my food today. Or I'm so grateful that I have clothes on my back, I have a full belly, I can sleep safely. Even if you don't have those things, find something. It can be the smallest thing. Oh, I'm breathing today. Thank you that I'm alive today. And be grateful for it. Because the more you do that, the more you are actually bringing in more of that energy that you're talking about, or more of that energy that you are exuding. So you can imagine that your thoughts, your language, your speech, whatever it is that you're saying, and your actions all have a very specific magnetism to it. And in the spiritual community, we would say you have a specific frequency, but that is also science. Everything vibrates at a very specific frequency. And Sir Royal Raymond Rife was a very good example of figuring that out when he developed the Rife resonator. And if you want to go and research that, he was able to establish that everything vibrates at a specific frequency, and he eventually also created machines that could help us health-wise for that. And that's why we are now seeing so many other frequency healing tools coming our way. And this has been suppressed for a long time, so I'm very excited that that's actually coming out now. But going back to the NLP, the Neuro-Linguistics is using language to reprogram your programming. So now that you know that your thoughts kind of run in the background and you're not actually even consciously aware of them, once you become aware of them, you can do something about it. But you have to actually have awareness of it in order to do something about it. In a session, I would use Neuro-Linguistics and I would ask really strange questions. And it would seem like silly questions, and that's such a weird way of asking a question. And you would go, I don't know. And while you are trying to figure this out, your unconscious already has the answers and goes, okay, there are other ways of doing this. And that it starts to slowly rewire or reset whatever those belief systems were. And then, of course, later in the session, whatever came up, we would clear with hypnosis and other techniques that I use. It is so fast and so efficient. I really wish I had this when I was in my early 20s. Man, would that have made a difference in my life. Oh my goodness. But other than that, when you are basically speaking your existence into a positive format, you are consistently creating this magnetism of a very different frequency, and that frequency will attract the same type of frequency. So when you really feel abundance, and abundance, I heard a wonderful definition for this, and I can't remember where I heard it, so credit to whoever came up with this definition, but I love this definition. Abundance is the ability to do what I need to do when I need to do it. And that's wonderful. If I want to work in the garden and I have the ability to do so, that's abundance. If I need to have food and I'm able to get myself some food, that is abundance. Friendships, love, all of these things can have abundance attached to it. So you really have to change the way that you think about certain things in order to make those changes. Because if you continuously do it the same way, or you just carry on and hope that everything will get better, it's not going to change. So this is a very active process. I am merely the guide that can show you the way to do it. We always want to speak in present tense. We don't want to speak in future tense. Why? Because that's like dangling a carrot in front of a donkey. So, it will get better. Once I have this vehicle, or once I have this job, things will get better. Or when I have that relationship, I will be happy. You're always dangling that carrot, and you're never going to get there, because the unconscious will go, okay, cool. It's going to happen, so I don't have to do anything. So work with yourself to make these things happen. You have to take action. There's three ways, or there's a three-way triangle, I would call it, in which you create your own reality, and you can really create it any way you want. The first is to have the picture, or the vision, the idea, the imagination, and you can imagine anything you want. I see myself walking on a farm where I have plenty of animals, because I love animals, and I have a beautiful house that I can take good care of myself. I have wonderful friends and family and beautiful relationships. My husband is happy. My dogs are happy. It's just peaceful. And how would I feel when that has already happened? I feel peace. I feel accomplished. I feel relief. I feel content. I feel love, freedom, and really harp on those emotions, really build those emotions into that picture. Focus on that for as long as you can, and you will be surprised how much your unconscious mind and your energetic field will now magnetize the same thing into your field. It will bring you opportunities and events and people that would be able to create that reality for you. But you have to take the action. I think we've all heard that story about the guy that's drowning in the ocean. He's like, no, there's a boat coming, and they're like, hey, come get on the boat. No, God will save me. God will save me. And the boat goes, and then the next boat comes along. No, God will save me. And then when he eventually dies, God says to him, why didn't you just take the boats? I sent it to you. And he was consistently thinking that God wasn't there for him. That's because we have these little filters over our let's call it our unconscious mind, that we've built since we were 7 years old. So even before 7 years old, we've created these little belief systems based on what our external environment, our parents, our family, friends, teachers have told us about ourselves. And these little beliefs get stuck. And why? Because as a 5-year-old or a 3-year-old, you don't have context. But it's kind of broken off from the whole now, and now it believes that I'm stupid, I'm poor. It believes that because it doesn't have context as an adult to realize that it doesn't have to be that way, and that you are not that 5-year-old anymore. So it's kind of broken off from the whole, and now it's still running that little program. And every time that you see something that even remotely resembles that interaction of not having money or not having abilities or being stupid or anything like that negative that you've been told since you were 7 years old, now it's running in the background consistently, so it gets triggered. That's why we always talk about these triggers, and nobody really I don't think a lot of people understand what it actually means. It's just that little protective 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 7-year-old is full on coming back into 100% action every time that it even remotely feels like this situation is going to show itself again. So every resemblance to that is going to trigger it until you teach it that it's not necessary anymore. And we do that with a combination of neurolinguistics and hypnosis. So language obviously is very important. We want to keep it positive. We want to make sure that we keep it in the present and that we actually also carry it through our body. So the linguistics is really important. But a lot of the work that I do is making sure that we are removing the blockages out of the body as well, because it can settle there and it can cause various symptoms, let's call it that. And that can fester just like a wound. So neuro-linguistic programming to me is that bridge between your unconscious and conscious mind, and your unconscious mind is your bridge and your open connection to source itself. And you get there at a very relaxed state. That's why meditation is so calming, and why a lot of people feel so connected to God or source when they are in deep meditation, because that's kind of where life happens, even though we believe it doesn't, or that it's here in our visual cortex. So if you want to know more about the stuff that I do, feel free to contact me on my website. It's lotusneuro.com, and the link would be in the comments or somewhere on this video. If you want to have a personal session, an individual session, these are profound and can transform your life in a very short space of time. Or if you want to have a spiritual clearing because you've done all the mindset work and you just feel like there's something else holding on to you and you're not sure what it is, you can also send me an email, or you can give me a call, or fill in the form on my website, and I will have a 20-minute free evaluation call to see how I can assist you and where we can fit you into the schedule. So it's lotusneuro.com, and you can contact me at helene@lotusneuro.com. So for now, hope this helps. Keep an eye on my website. In the future, there will be more videos that will help you to actually change these little niggly bits that we are dealing with, the lasting lower vibrational emotions. There will be free videos to show you how we can actually transform that very quickly, until such time as you have an opportunity to clear the deeper root causes of it. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your Friday.